see me do me dirt, 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 dirt. There's something about that work, 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 work. When you walk a line, 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 line. I'm in the cafe, my ta, 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 ta.
Okay, and so today we're going to go to work by multiplying some fractions. Okay, and off we go. So the first one here, first example we have is to multiply 2/3 by 4/5. Now obviously another word for multiply is of, and so when we see the multiplication sign here, we know that that's also the word of. So 2/3 of 4/5 means we should always expect when we're multiplying fractions that we would get a smaller fraction. It's like cutting something up. So off we go. We have a quick rule, very easy rule for multiplying fractions, and it basically is top by top and bottom by bottom. So in this case, we will have for top by top, when we start off, we draw our line across and we will have 2 on the top multiplied by the other top number, which is 4, and on the bottom we will have the first bottom is 3 multiplied by the second number on the bottom is 5. And very simply then we will just tidy that up. And so to tidy that up then we have 2 by 4, well that's 8, and 3 by 5, and that is 15. Now there's no number in common between 8 and 15, so that's our simplest answer that we can have, and we're done. And so just to reiterate there, anytime that we're multiplying fractions, it's always top by top, the 2 by the 4, over bottom by bottom, the 3 multiplied by the 5, which will give us 8 over 15. And on to our second example here, we have a quarter multiplied by 5. So that's a quarter of 5. And so here we see that we have a quarter, but 5 is a whole number. And always when we get a whole number, when we're multiplying that, we'll rewrite the whole number as a fraction. So we rewrite the whole number as a fraction. And when we do that, that's simply going to give us a quarter multiplied by, well, 5 rewritten as a fraction is the same as 5 over 1. And so we're back then to our previous rule, which said top by top, so that's 1 multiplied by 5 over bottom by bottom, 4 multiplied by 1. And when we tidy that up, well, 1 by 5, that gives us 5, and 4 by 1, well, that gives us 4. So our answer there is 5 over 4, and again we can leave it like that, or we could say, well, 4 goes into 5 once with the remainder 1 over 4, and that would be rewriting it as a mixed number. So here we'd have a top heavy fraction with 5 over 4, and if we can leave it like that, if we're asked for a mixed number, we can rewrite it as 1 1/4. But it's totally fine to leave your answer as 5 over 4. Okay, for our next example here, we see that we have to solve 1 1/2 times or multiplied by 2 and 3 over 5. So we can see by this here we have two mixed numbers, a whole number and a fraction together, multiplied by another whole number and another fraction. And so before we can do anything there, there's one thing that we must do. We must rewrite the fractions as improper fractions. So we'll get rid of these mixed numbers and turn them into improper or top-heavy fractions. So to rewrite this then as an improper fraction, well, we take the 2 here and we're going to multiply that 2 by the 1. So here we'll have 2 by 1 equals 2, and we add on the 1 that was beside it, and that gives us 2 plus 1 over 2, which is 3 over 2. Our other one here then we have 2 and 3/5, so we're going to say, well, that 5 is multiplied by 2, which gives us 10, and we add on the 3, and that's all over 5, which gives us 13 over 5. And so now, when we go to look at our fraction here, we will have 3 over 2 multiplied by 13 over 5, and we get to go back then to our original rule of top by top over bottom by bottom. And so the top then is 3 multiplied by 13 along the top and 2 multiplied by 5 along the bottom. And 3 by 13, well, that's going to give us 39, whereas 2 by 5, that gives us 10. Okay, and so we can break that down into 3 and 9 over 10ths if we rewrite it as a mixed number. However, it is perfectly okay to leave that as 39 over 10. Finally then, just to recap, our big rule, our main rule, and really our only one for multiplying fractions is always top multiplied by top, bottom multiplied by bottom, all over the same line. Okay, so top by top, bottom by bottom. And just in case we need to, we rewrite as an improper fraction, or we rewrite a whole number as a fraction. But always then, when we're multiplying, it's always going to be top by top, bottom by bottom. And that's it for fractions, for multiplying fractions.